Hey everyone, Wanderbots here, and welcome to Norco. It is a point-and-click adventure game set in a near future, but like an alternate future, Southern Louisiana. And this is like one of those games that won a ton of awards and a lot of recognition back in 2021. I didn't get around to covering it at the time, but Raw Fury was kind enough as part of Ross Ember / I guess my week of Raw Fury to reach out and sponsor this video. So, I guess we're just going to dive in and I'll talk about that as we go along. But effectively, Norco is on sale now for $7.50, 50% off.
Oh, wow.
As well as like a lot of their other games, too.
Norco, Louisiana. Shielded the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. Ooh, this is neat.
Yeah, this is very much more than just like point-and-click adventure visual novel. There's a lot of choices, and there's a lot of philosophy here, which is really cool.
So in other words, it's saying that, yeah, this endless noise. So it's asking you, did you hate it? You couldn't sleep, or now you can't sleep without the sound?
I'm gonna say I could never sleep. It was so loud because we've been through this before.
Oh,
personally,
right.
Shell and I, and it was miserable.
Mm-hmm. You often dreamed that the towers were cathedrals, that the swamps listened when you spoke, that the birds became radiant spheres while circling Norco's sky. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking between little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. Oh, is Blake your brother then?
Yeah. Let's go with the top one.
Or, oh, so I didn't care, or he'd get over it?
Both are kind of callous, but at least the top one sounds less so.
Ooh, he never did. You caught out on a grainer to Chicago and onward to the West Coast, thinking that you'd never return. You wandered through the overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man, so thumbing would be hitchhiking.
Yep.
Crouched on the road in a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. You headed east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande and joined the armies of the Mesa. For months you were in the company of fugitives, sleeping in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. Cursor. Thank you. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in a freightliner. Ooh, wait, how is the war a meme?
I don't know.
So I suppose you found your way onto a freightliner. Did you pray? Did you sleep, or did you try to forget?
So there's an actual definition for a meme that goes beyond an idea, behavior, style, or usage that spreads from one person, from person to person within a culture. So I think it was...
Is this just a conflict that was born out of...
Yeah, it must have been something to that extent.
I don't want to say boredom, but people just spreading the idea around and then...
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go with I slept.
Mm-hmm. You slept easily as the truck shuttled through the plains. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. You made your way back home.
I just can't see any wars being fought in or around Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Well, it's kind of in the middle of nowhere is part of the problem. It's not a particularly tactical location.
I have to say, I love all the pixel art in this.
Yeah, it's really good. It's very illustrative. Usually pixel art is more just kind of representational, but this one feels more like it wasn't just an illustration medium.
And the other thing too is you have all the camera panning
Yes.
and such. It was very much had a cinematographer's eye to it. You wake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Oh, look at Monkey. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift. You spoke with him often when things got difficult. But then you left. He sat there for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes filled with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze.
Staring contest. Part 1. Glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash in pattern. Match the pattern to meet Monkey's gaze. Ready? No. Yes.
Ah. Oh, I think you have to do it in order. Da 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 da.
You successfully met Monkey's gaze with cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged.
Ah.
You stare more intensely. Staring contest part 2. Rings. Circles will appear over Monkey's eyes. An outer ring will shrink to the perimeter of the circle. Click the circle when the outer ring locks into place. Ready? Sure.
Ah.
Anger melts from Monkey's face. Take Monkey. You drape Monkey over your shoulder.
Aw.
Monkey. Monkey stares at you. You stare at Monkey. Keep staring. He stares with more intensity until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Keep staring. Little circles of light pool in the doll's tired eyes as they watch the infinite space beyond your being. The air that hangs between your eyes and his is a vacuum of utter stillness. You look away.
Is that your mental state or?
It's your mind map.
Oh. You. Oh, so you're home again? We're traveling.
Let's start with the top.
I like the our home again.
Okay.
Because your brother needs you. Because your mom died. You.
We're traveling.
Okay. Across the Rockies through the Midwest. Down. I think it was through the Midwest, right? Or.
I think it doesn't matter. I think we've done all of it.
The freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as you crouched on the Grainer porch. Suburbs, fences, traffic, flat country, all passing for miles.
Then what?
You rode on the back of a van from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from a Walmart. Wait, Walmart still exists? And brought it to the poorly attended house show.
Walmart is eternal.
Des Moines to Kansas City. Kansas City to Denver. Oh, wait, but that's going away from the Midwest.
I think these are just memories.
Oh.
Across the Rockies.
Your friends went south, and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights on those highways in a shitty sleeping bag.
Down the Pacific coast.
You were in California when the summer arrived. You recall the familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. That smile burned its image into your mind. Is that the guy that's kind of collapsed in the middle there?
Maybe. So now we can think about other people.
The smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits your mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and mascara ran from his eyes. Your mom.
I think it was Catherine. Died.
The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her 3rd course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said that the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Alone, with the morphine drip and the rattling glass. That's how Catherine died. Your mom.
Did we never finish the thought with this guy? Oh, no, we did.
Your brother.
Is a lot.
Younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights scrolling. Edgelord, sensitive, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves but often makes things worse.
What else?
Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation.
What is dysmorphic? Oh, body dysmorphia, of course. So not quite happy with how he looks.
Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying.
When I think of him, I just feel guilt.
Yeah. No love or anything like it. Ooh.
Your brother is oblivious.
Your grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at a tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. Want to be his voice?
I feel fine, he said. Why?
Because of what Gran said, you responded. He looked confused.
What'd she say?
Your brother.
So we might have more. Oh boy, we have a lot. So where I can highlight all of the things I can interact with. No. I want to check my options. Oh wow, we have a lot. Expert mode. Removes text highlighting and other hints. Interesting. Automate combat. Fights?
Oh, there are going to be fights later?
Huh.
Okay.
What else do we have? Display resolution, linear notes, CRT filter. No thank you.
Oh gosh.
I mean, it actually looks kind of nice, but also
neat,
no thank
but
you. Dialogue settings.
Having lived through the age of CRT screens.
It works when it's an actual CRT because it actually makes things look better.
Well, also the glass was domed back then, and there was that light hum to the televisions that you could hear, the high-pitched squealing.
I love the fact that they have a dyslexia font.
Huh.
Unfortunately, from a presentation perspective, it's no good for a video, but I still like it all the same. Okay, so it looks like we are going to have to hunt for all the clues, so I'm just going to look at stuff and then we'll start interacting.
Let's look at the photos on the wall.
These?
No, the ones to the right. A flyer from a show that your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out while one of the opening bands played. Ooh, getting whipped in the face with a bike change is ugh. Were you outside it?
Yeah, let's say we were outside.
Okay. You didn't feel like being around crowds that night. After the show, you and Blake walked to the river back to Norco. You watched the sun rise over the grain elevators.
Anything else? Yep, nothing.
So it's interesting. You're almost constructing your past.
Yes.
With the choices that you've made.
I've seen a couple of these like choose your own adventure visual novel point and click adventure games that do that. I think it's a really good way of handling your character's background. It makes it dynamic and it makes you own it rather than it being a fixed thing that you just have to live with.
Mm-hmm. You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. Who's Million?
No idea. Okay.
There's something out the window, right?
Yeah.
Cool January air spills through the open window. Commuter traffic glints along Apple Street as a pair of wrens weave out of the overgrown lot next door. The laptop your Parain gifted you. What's Parain?
I don't know.
Gifted you idols on a shoddy particle board desk.
Godfather.
Oh.
It's French.
Oh, interesting.
Wake laptop.
As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. Looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab open.
View tab.
Oh, so he's having a conversation. So there's Modbot and...
Okay. And Modbot archived all YX2Q posts at SCP Wranglers YX2Q. SCP is Secure Containment Protocol, unless it's something else. Effectively, like, kind of internet cryptids. Lobotomy Corporation.
Okay. Want to go and
Sure.
start voicing this one?
Anybody still post here? Nope. Place is a wasteland. Oh, wait.
Oh, so there's 05, 06, 49, 4E. It's a lot of people. And they're all different.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone repeating. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if these are actually separate. So I think these might actually be the same person. Because, yeah, this one and this one, they're the same person. There's no usernames. See, anyone still post here.
Oh, is it their IP address at the top? Or. No, that's the date.
No, these are dates. Unless these are trip codes and it is different people, but I'm seeing no repeats.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a single repeat.
Yeah, all right, whatever. Wanted to run something by you, gents. Was knocking out Sac late in the spillway. Saw a big, round, glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Funny, talked to someone else, seen it too near the parish canal. Nothing like this, but birds in them swamps be acting weird. Oh, nothing like this, but birds in them swamps been acting weird.
Oh, so something's been up.
Looked like it was made of glass, maybe. Would glow real bright, and then not at all. Moved fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit been happening out that way.
So they're claiming it's a UFO?
Maybe. Get some sleep, OP. Need cash fast? Install Quack Job. Use promo code BLEED3 for up to blah 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 Quack Coin.
Oh.
What do you have kind of name is
Ban
Quack
that
Job?
person off the thread.
Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult. Worse than getting that gang in the promenade. Can't trade that coin on any exchanges. Everyone knows it's a Ponzi scheme. Seen the exact same thing, OP. Still there? Seen at the base of the upper suction. Yeah, so I think the brother was somewhat into cryptids.
Oh. Memories of sleepless nights, your mom sitting there staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. You'd continue to the kitchen with no words exchanged. Oh. The nights were rare, or I thought she hated me.
Either or.
But this was even before the cancer, correct?
Maybe.
I don't know. Which one would you prefer?
Let's go with those nights were rare.
Okay.
Many of them you don't remember.
A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail.
Dear neighbor, please be advised there will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield Norco Office of Community Engagement.
Can you imagine living near refineries? Remember when we were in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and there were all of the oil refineries there?
Yeah. It also very much does impact your health.
A family photo album. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. What? Not disposable. Your grandfather. A peculiar look on his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist. Pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue. Your father, though you've never thought of him that way. An easy smile on his face, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket.
Gross.
Oh, that kind of dip.
Chewing tobacco.
Unfortunately, I was thinking of chip dip, and I was like, who would keep that in their pocket?
Look, I just carry around French onion dip in case somebody's got chips.
Ah!
Much better than actual dip. Couple of my uncles have chewed dip at various points, and it's just the grossest thing. It smells bad. Their breath is awful.
And I remember back in the old days when they had all the Dare posters up, it's like, this is what it does to your mouth.
Yep.
Ugh. Your mom's unfolded laundry. We have too much unfolded laundry. I need to
Our
get to
entire apartment is a mess.
it. Well, it's the holidays. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf.
Western margin of the lake.
Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlements of Frenier and La Branche in the state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did so by clinging for their lives to the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie within the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake.
Fence line diaspora.
In the end, we decided to leave dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker, or the smells, or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention, the spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white.
See, I don't think we have anything else in here. It's the TV.
Oh. An old defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flashes before you.
Tune in. Yeah.
Is that the flaring of the tower?
It does look like it, kind of, yeah. This is hard to look at, though.
Clouds, the highway. The lights.
Yeah, I'm not going to look at that too long.
Mm-hmm.
Too indistinct. Cat.
Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house.
Ugh.
Ugh. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue.
Inspect further.
The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. Ooh, can you pry it off?
Overworld. Oh.
Yes. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. Ah! It snaps off as if by design. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics, carelessly soldered together.
I think it's soldered, by the way.
Oh, it's really soldered, even though it's soldered?
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
At the center of this electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. So we need to put something in the card reader?
Yeah, I suppose so.
We're just going to leave it outside? I would take the thing inside at this point.
Interesting kind of map thing we've got going on.
Oh, can you just oh.
Yeah, so we can go to the backyard, we can go to the street. Yeah, so this gives me a list of all the different locations I can travel to.
3 times this house is flooded.
The first flood.
The first flood is barely a memory. Placing your feet on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard, setting dolls on a cluttered table.
Second flood.
You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You caught a text message from your mom. Stay in Destrehan. Destrehan? Is that, I don't know how you pronounce it. I'll come to get you. For 2 weeks, you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings, you would sometimes help. The third flood. Another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. He stayed with friends in New Orleans.
Wait, the fourth flood?
The fourth flood. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity.
I see.
It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts for weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure, sewerage, that's how you say it, or spell
Apparently.
it? I always thought it was just sewage. Infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It'll bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high ground of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee this hot zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi River will again change its course. Norco, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then raised. Ooh.
Was illustrative.
Oh, are those the crows sitting on the line? 3 crows eye you from the power line.
Apparently so.
Oh, wait, what?
Million. It's a robot. So we can go, wait, we haven't been to the kitchen yet.
No, that's true. It's kind of odd that you can't get to the kitchen from the living room.
Maybe we can, we just missed the entrance. I don't know. Pry bar.
A steel pry bar lies on the ground.
Fair enough.
This truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap while he let you steer. The dead wasps that collected behind the seat, the smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The rattling chassis was deafening, going on 75, on Interstate 10. Million has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. An old disused motorcycle with extensive rust and wear.
Front yard, backyard truck. Oh, container.
Your mom kept all of her gear in a plastic container strapped behind the cab of the truck. Boots, waders, flashlights, tackle, first aid kit, etc. That sounds like fishing.
Yeah, it must be.
The towers of the refinery wink in a subtle and familiar rhythm. Ooh, the noise. A disintegrating crab net. Blue taught your mom how to make these, and your mom taught you. In the summers, you'd bike to the suction. The suction? Before sunrise, tie chicken necks to the net, submerge it, and nurse your coffee while waiting for a bite. Are the crows still watching?
Maybe.
Well, might as well talk to Million, right?
Yep.
Oh. Million sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has taken on the rusted and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mask was slumped in the floor as you wrote the routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. That's interesting. What is up with her face?
No idea.
They said a constellation of eyes, but it almost looks like a membrane.
Yeah, it does.
So Kay is the main character?
Apparently.
As in like Casey or...
No idea.
Kay, I don't know,
Dolls, so
Caleb?
I'm assuming the main character is a woman.
Maybe. Kay, you're awake.
Best sleep in years.
Catherine used to say the sound of the refinery gave you restless sleep. Your return home must have been quite exhausting. In any case, I am certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse we can use to get around while I finish repairing the truck. Or can use it. So we need an item. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full.
Where can we get a fuse?
The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in.
Were you expecting a call?
Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually the one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to.
I wonder where he could be.
Likely at the bar or bookstore, if I had to guess.
How would so many people be calling?
Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. Ooh. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. There are cities called Fat City?
Apparently. It could be a slang term.
I suppose so. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I'm unaware of where she has hidden it. Oh, wait, is it in the
Might
statue?
be in the statue, yeah.
Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts.
Who's the client?
I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research.
Took her knowledge for granted.
The interesting thing is she always kept strange company. Worked herself to death. It's interesting because we don't really know much about your character's father, but the mother was conducting research, and it's so strange that they were living in this house that's falling apart and in a floodplain. Your mother had a lot to teach, but she wasn't always the easiest person to get along with.
Who exactly would want to see the data?
Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place.
So anyway, that is all. Okay, it doesn't look like we have much else. Yeah, motorcycle, brickyard, kitchen.
Do you want to start reading a little bit more?
Nah.
Okay. You're always frightened by the laundry room.
I wonder if I can use my controller.
It might be a little slow.
Yeah, probably better. Use the mouse. I just want to get... Yeah, there we go. Lean back. I don't think I'm going to need my...
Who could be frightened of laundry rooms, though? Like, yes,
if
the machines
it was, like,
are
dark
noisy.
or dingy or smelly or weird, I can see it. Oh, well, that was it. So we can go to the attic.
Microwave. You've discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years, and it's discouraged you from using it. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock's display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Oh wait, didn't I find a bug in your parents?
Yeah, I think you did.
Remember?
Yeah. I had forgotten about that.
Yeah. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. So what was that door? Backyard again, and then the attic.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. So, attic. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away as the end approached. Let's go to the street. Oh, we got some keys.
Well, if you had interacted with the statue again, would you have known what to do with it?
I could go back and check.
Little sister?
The turtle. He crawled out of the trash can. Don't touch him. See? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in the water.
Trash water is not clean. Let's go.
Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty.
The barking of dogs in the distance. Oh, so we have the dime discount. What was the apple place?
I'm just going to bring us back for a hot second. Yeah, I think we need
We
a
need
card.
to get the drive. Yeah. Okay.
Padu, yeah.
Okay.
Padu Private Investigators. We snoop for you. Apple. I read that as nipple at first, and I'm like, oh boy, Nipple Road.
And third.
Third nipple. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. Wonder what the temperature is in New Orleans this time of year.
Probably in the 60s.
So Floodgate Tavern, Home, or Dimes Discount. Just gonna look around.
I love the sky.
That is really gorgeous pixel art.
A film crew set up along the river road. Several floodlights illuminate the gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse.
Approach the set.
Oh, it's supposed to be a set. Okay. As you near the set, a small, energetic man jumps from his chair.
Attention, dumbass. Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? Sorry. Hey. You know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah. We'd use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama, and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor turns on set towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right. No, I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside Austin. Well, I don't make you a cowboy, Hoss. Now shut up before you scare off the yokel. Director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust.
Isn't a yokel a native to a town? Like a...
Yeah, maybe.
Like
Yokels are usually used
It's like a
to
local person, right?
Yokel I've seen is usually a rustic person, a bumpkin, countryman, country bumpkin, or a hickwall.
Yeah, so that he's calling you a yokel.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Help us out, will you? The script needs some work. What do you say? Fine. Great. Hey, no, get over here so you can learn something from the stupid redneck.
Wait, what? Why are we helping them?
The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath. I'm a redneck. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salt-of-the-earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you. So just take a knee. All right, anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain? A villain, a bad apple, a lowlife.
So, the first one's a given. I would never say a bad daddy.
Yeah.
Crawfish devil sounds like you're making something up.
Now I'm just gonna say asshole.
Mm-hmm.
That's it, an asshole. Thanks a lot, William Faulkner. Real creative. Now get out of here. You're holding up production. Well, there might have been other ways to resolve that. I just don't care.
Well, you may have done the crawfish daddy. He'd be like, oh, yeah, that sounds so very Louisiana.
I guess I could have done that.
Everything's crawfish related, right?
Yeah. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little has changed. The neighboring business still sits abandoned. The surrounding streets are quiet and empty.
So I think you would say crawdad if you wanted to be a little bit more accurate.
Well. Look who's back. Oh, sorry. What happened? Carnival forget you beside the road? You even brought your little doll.
Are you hearing his voice? It's like,
yeah, that's cute. Back because my mom died. You're not that stupid, are you, Catherine? Or Catherine, she's too valuable. They'd never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere.
Oh, wait. Do they have the ability to upload people's minds to hard drives
possibly.
at this point?
You're trolling me about my dead mom. Trolling, you're so damn sensitive. Can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needed somebody smart. Somebody vigilant, somebody like me. Especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. snooping around. I seen some wild shit out in them swamps with Catherine.
Okay.
What kind of shit? I won't bother telling you about it. It might hurt your brain. Anyway, this ain't story time. Not letting you in this gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swamped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. Ain't letting nobody through till I get an apology, very least. That sucks. Don't patronize me with your weak pity. You really want to get through, give me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. I could also just fight him.
What does fighting entail? Looks like you can't save.
Yeah, I can't save here. Yeah, shuffle off then. But now I can save.
So by pills, does he mean the pills that were on the kitchen counter?
I'm sure, yeah. Batur?
Ooh.
Drifter? Horse?
A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. A memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly into the plywood is a remembrance. Here pass the brave freedom fighters of January, the XW11? Wait. Is that an actual year? I forget if W was ever used in Roman numerals.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was X, V, M. M was for 50.
No, it is not.
No, it wasn't. So these aren't years that we can figure out.
Yeah.
Which I suppose makes sense because they want it to be in if they try to make this game, and you know when there's a movie and they're like, hey, this is a movie that we made in the 1960s and we think in the 90s things are going to be super futuristic, and then the 90s roll around and we're like, no, we're still using,
Yeah. Every once in a while I see
VHS tapes and analog stuff.
I see like pictures of what the future would look like that were made in like the 20s or something. And so they had a bunch of like weird looking women with like giant phone things strapped to their waists that they were like calling people on, and it was the silliest shit ever.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so I suppose by not specifying a year, you won't get people playing this game in that year going, it hasn't gotten that far.
I think on a personal level, I'd almost prefer it if they completely did away with all real world trappings. So rather than New Orleans, it's some kind of alternate version that, like, if you look at it, it's like, yeah, it's pretty New Orleans inspired, but they can do whatever they want with the history.
Some people, I've played some games where the reason why they choose particular locations is because it's where they grew up.
Yeah, that's fair. But like, I don't know. I could absolutely...
It's easier to have something set in the past than set in the future. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess just from my perspective, if I was to do anything even vaguely inspired by the environments I grew up in, I'd still probably call it something slightly different, just so I could do whatever I want with it.
Whose cries of liberty echo through the generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratches fake across the bottom of the plaque. So do you just talk to the man?
Yep.
A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air.
Stupid horse.
The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you, nor the horse.
Can't stand that horse. Lots of stupid in this world. Stupid people, stupid horses.
I feel bad for the horse, though.
It's a dumb horse. Couldn't agree more. Spits on the dirt under his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. Spitskin wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve.
Ugh.
What you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Best be sharp, young one.
Those tankers going up the Mississippi, they remind me of when we were living in Portland and went up to
Cannon Beach area?
well, no, above Cannon Beach. It was Astoria.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, there were all the ships. And it's funny because I was looking at it and going, that reminds me of Free Willy. And it turned out they did film Free Willy in Astoria because we saw those ships.
Yep.
The same ships are just going up and down the side, going to the Columbia River, I believe, correct? get inland.
Oh, you can't get to the living room. Yeah, I guess I just didn't check the map. I do like this little map. It's kind of nice for getting around. Would help if my mic armor wasn't in the way, but whatever. Give me them pills. Only way you're getting through. Yeah, I got your pills. Smart move. I'll let you cross the picket line this time, punk.
Oh, is that the new ATM machine?
Yep. And they've got it behind glass, so nobody can mess with it.
Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy, etc. Fuses hang on the shelf. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. Dusty as in no one comes here to buy dog food. A manual price scanner. Immaculately stocked cigarettes. Grab a fuse.
I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. Not exist in the store. Exit the store.
Okay, drag an item from our inventory.
You scan the fuse.
Thank you for your purchase.
The disembodied illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab. Creepy.
Good evening. How may I help you?
You own the place?
I am Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for American Discount Southeast Incorporated, semantic version number 16.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perlew & Sons LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perlew & Sons LLC via the Standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated licensing agreement.
How do you like the job?
I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southeast region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated.
You know Troy, that guy outside?
Thank you for your inquiry. I am forwarding it to Perlew & Sons LLC. Perlew & Sons LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry.
So why'd Troy get fired?
American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself in its outstanding mentorship and job training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. An American Discount Southeast Incorporated for goodness sake, having to repeat that all over again. We leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees, as in replace all of them. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount SE-ADSE today.
I'm good.
Ah,
You know, shoplifting's bad, but I think after a certain point, if I was subjected to this, I'd start considering it.
what? No.
I don't know. There's just something so creepy about this. I'd probably just never shop here is the main
No,
thing.
no, you just never shop here. You don't want to deal with robots.
Yeah.
You wonder if this place ever started checking IDs. During high school, friends in the city would drive all this way just to get booze.
I don't know. I'd almost see like a place like this is something that needs to be destroyed. So I guess I'd probably go through
Well,
like...
it's a big franchise.
a big franchise run by robots.
Controls 227 stores.
Yeah. Got the fuse. Let's check the tavern before we go back.
The Floodgate Tavern. Many shield workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening.
Looks like it's getting late though.
Interesting how it's floodgates and it's an angel. You got the fuse. Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there.
Let's go.
Oh, whoa. I like the camera.
Yeah.
The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline Highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with the party members by clicking their portraits in the party menu. If you're stuck, they may be able to help. Wait, so you can have a party?
Apparently. The monkey is also
The
part
monkey
of
is
our
also
party.
in the party. Wait, is that the monkey on the back of your head, too? Or is it just your hair?
Could be
or
our
a
hair,
hoodie.
a helmet. I don't know. Hard to say.
Monkey stares at you, you stare at monkey.
Yeah, we also have a lot more things that we can consider here.
Who's
Now
the
that-
blurry face?
This one? Duck. An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague. Million was...
Oh.
a
A security android or a fugitive?
Both, I suppose. Let's go down the list.
She guarded the perimeter of the aluminum refinery in Gramercy. Gramercy? One day she ran away.
Why?
You don't know. Oh, there's a ... to find her family.
Was security android to find her family? What? No. Million was a fugitive.
Once a fugitive, now just a relic. She spends her hours in stasis beneath the house like any discarded thing would. Million.
Troy,
Okay, you can continue.
Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake and occasionally helping your mom with her research. It says she was conducting research in the lake. Shield is an oil refinery. Shield Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in Norco. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. Shield owns half the town. Shield, finish thought. Popspierre, your grandfather, Peter Popspierre Melancon, passed away when you were a teen. Seemed to court controversy, though as a child you never understood why. Blue is a vague memory. You don't remember Blue. The only things he left behind: photographs, cologne, tools, the name your mother kept. Even the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out.
Oh.
Your mom was conducting research for who? For a client in Fat City. I like this mind map thing. I think it's a good way of kind of recapping details.
I mean, the mind map is almost like an investigative show where they have the strings
Yeah.
going to different faces on a tack board.
Oh, and they might get clearer as you find more details. Your mom was conducting research for a client in Fat City. That's all you know.
Because you know how you often have the question marks, and then now you have the post-its to put to the points.
I will repeat, Shell. You would absolutely adore Outer Wilds for the exact same reason. Play it, please.
Checks to cash. Music here is really grooving. This is another one of those soundtracks to listen to.
Yeah, it is. I will have to add it to my list. I think they gave us the soundtrack, actually.
Ooh, nice. The young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign.
Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Why? Pays like shit. Spending hours a day making small talk is melting my brain. Nearly broke an axle driving over a pothole in Holly Grove.
Oh, so he's essentially doing Uber
Yep.
or Lyft or something.
That's in my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy drove out to the middle of the swamp. It was like 2 a.m, asked me to wait. Got out, took off his clothes, jumped in the bayou, came back a minute later with a bag. Toweled off, got back in. Found that to be pretty effing weird. I don't know. A while back, I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kind of sick, asked me all kinds of questions. Do you ever pick up radio signals on the radio? random signals on the radio, weird shit like that. It's just all types. It might have actually been the mother.
It could have been the mother and the guy jumping into the bayou to get something out of the water.
Could have been the brother, or maybe not.
What is it? What are this? Yeah. Oh no. A stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor.
Okay, avoiding that. Two teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics.
BMX.
Where'd this dog come from? Dunno.
She's been sitting here for a while.
You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh.
Okay.
Wait, is that dog even... Does it... People can get implants if they have androids around here, right?
Okay, don't touch the dog.
Growls. Nope. Don't. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they've experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you could get your phone repaired there. Then they tried selling vape cartridges. Then Kratom. Then anime wall scrolls. LSU yard ornaments and that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. I would assume the acupuncture would require more licenses and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, selling anime wall scrolls,
I don't think you need a license for that, but...
Well, you need a license to the artwork for that, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I think they were kind of maybe below grade.
Yeah.
In the end, the schemes always fail, and only the paperbacks remain. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend, Erica, waiting behind the counter to greet you. Hey. And Million. When do you get back in town?
I have been in Norco for quite some time. Perhaps you are misremembering, Erica.
Weird. I guess so. But anyhow. Hey, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. I heard you ran into Troy. That guy, my God, he's such a clown. I was keeping up with your travels online, but hadn't seen you post in a while. Why don't you have a lot to tell you? I
Sure.
don't know.
I have so much to tell you.
I can only imagine. I would love to grab a drink and hear all about it. For what it's worth, things have been eventful around here as well. Floods, fires, gunfights out in the lake. Rarely a dull moment these days. And of course, your mom was always in the mix. I'm convinced she never slept. I've been driving in late from the city and swear to God, I'd see her alongside Airline. She'd have a headlamp on, dredging trash out of a borrow ditch. Or the borrow ditch? There's something about the water, right?
Maybe.
And there's things being fished out of the water.
What the hell is a borrow ditch? Bar ditch. Borrow ditch is a roadside channel dug for drainage purposes.
Well, yeah, we see them all the time on the roads and highways.
Typically, dirt is borrowed from the ditch and used to crown the road. Huh.
They kind of make the mounds of the road. And then, yeah. Up until the very end, she never let her illness stop her. I'll miss the hell out of that woman.
Same.
You and your brother have been living in my heart ever since I heard the news. I know you weren't always on the best terms with your mom, but she loved and admired you. She talked about you constantly. I think it used to make Blake upset. He felt like you were the favorite.
He's absurd.
Yeah, he's a dweeb, but we still love him.
Have you seen Blake lately?
Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house?
No, he is not.
He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus let him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Did he know you were coming, Kay? He never mentioned it.
Thought I'd surprise him.
I'm sure he'll be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him to find you. Cat.
Crouton!
So, this here is the illustrious Crouton. We found him behind the dumpster out back licking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. Did it just take a swipe? I heard a swoosh, and
I think
the whole screen shook a little bit.
Maybe. I think she was just being emphatic.
I've got scars all over my hands from this damn cat. Oh no. You're not really going to try to pet Crouton.
I'm going to use time powers to pet the cat.
Oh. Oh, they love you. Oh, wow. Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. Okay. That one, that one, that one. He seems to be getting a little excited. Okay, that one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah. Wow, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down? Wait, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'm going to save again before I romance the cat.
Okay, so it was fourth. No! You had to go to first, then. Okay, the cat still loves you.
31524. 31524.
Oh gosh, look at what's up with them.
I don't
They're
know.
wriggling. No, really, stop touching the cat. Crouton looks like he's fixing to explode. What's going?
612.
Okay, 6 1. Was it
612.
Oh, was it?
Nope.
No.
3452.
Okay, so that's this point.
Okay, I'm gonna save scum exploding this cat.
I don't want it to explode.
21.
Okay, so was it 214? Oh no! Oh gosh, he's rocketing somewhere. What? The F. I just happened to the cat. Hey, god damn it! I told you to stop messing with the cat. Did he just launch through the ceiling? What the hell just happened?
What did it leave behind?
He grabbed the phone case from the counter.
Crouton phone case. What did I do?
Oh, it's a special phone case resembling Crouton. And then it's just WTF on. Hey, I love you. I know you're going through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed that you launched the cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? The cat, no.
This game's great. All right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave us here. This video has gone on.
Mystery.
I know, but the mystery is the whole game, Shell. It's
Oh.
going to keep building and building, and it's really interesting, and it is very much your kind of game. I think we're actually going to go pick this up for you on PlayStation in a bit.
I mean, I might already have it on PC as well.
Yeah,
at
also
some
true.
point. I was supposed to play this years ago, but it was one of those things where we were moving all the time and never got around to it.
That's probably what it... Well, no, it was 2021? I don't know. Life's been busy, and usually narrative games don't vibe with us. However, we're trying to come up with new
It's not that
content
they don't
types.
vibe with us.
Well,
I love
they vibe
them.
with us. They
It's
don't
just
vibe
that-
with the YouTube channel.
Well, they don't
usually.
do full Let's Plays anymore. It's just the thing.
But like, man, it's fine. Sometimes they're worth it, and we're trying new things, new ways of showcasing them. I feel bad about the cat, and I might roll back a save, but I think it might also just be something that Shell plays, and she just can choose whatever she wants. I even love the fact that the monitor says WTF.
It's interesting just how many dogs and cats we've seen in this game too.
I guess.
Must really like animals.
But
But yeah, so obviously we have the shady oil company. It's futuristic enough that you have androids and
sentient androids, yeah.
Mhm.
It's a part of the US that I know virtually nothing about, and so that makes it an even more interesting setting. It's got kind of that returning to the old dying hometown
It
vibe.
does.
That I guess I have to live vicariously through, just because my hometown is never going to be that way. But other parts of the US very much will be. And so it kind of is that like weird, I'm going to say it's a very millennial experience kind of game. But with some really interesting notes. And I love the fact that our character is this like very neutral face. We don't have a face. We are just whatever that I don't want to call it a smiley face, an emoji. And the mind map and all that other stuff. I don't know. I think this is really cool. I can very much see why it won a multitude of awards.
And it has a great soundtrack right now.
It really
Just
does.
grooving to that kind of 80s synth electronic music.
Yeah, so I think I've got a couple of Norco related things to go by, maybe.
But yeah, I'm really curious that yes, the mother had cancer, but could it have been inflicted
Yeah.
potentially? Who was after what she was looking at?
Yeah. I don't know.
Why'd she feel inclined to hide it in the statue? If
Yeah.
it really was her that hid it in the statue. And then, yeah, where's your brother?
Yeah. And like apparently it's a pretty sprawling mystery? Question mark? There's way more to this than I thought. The maps, the different locations to explore.
We've yet to get into a battle.
Yeah, there's even fights. So I think the fights are the what we did with the cat and then the eyes thing on the monkey. I think it's like small QTEs like that.
Mm-hmm. We have a party.
Yeah, we do. Which I'm curious to see how that's going to shake out as well. But a couple of other talking points before we go. It's available on Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and it's on Game Pass as well. So if you guys have platforms other than just PC, you can play it there. I'm gonna very quickly do a check, but I'm pretty sure it actually also, runs on Mac.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I wanted to see if it runs on Steam Deck, but I can't tell if it does or doesn't. Yeah, support for other controllers is unknown, so it might not have that compatibility yet. But either way, I think this is once again a very good stopping point for us, at least for this video. I think Shell is going to be playing this soon. But I guess before we go, one last thank you to Raw Fury for sponsoring this video. And I guess a quick reminder that, of course, Norco is available for 50% off right now as part of the Steam Winter Sale. And then also pretty much every other game in the Raw Fury catalog. And so I will have a link in the description below to both. So you can check them out and maybe pick some games up because, boy, they have a lot of bangers. And I am going to be showing off a couple more over the course of this week. But I guess with all that said, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave us a like, helps them more than you know. And if you want to see more rad new games every single day, then hit subscribe because we've got tons to check out and show off. But with that, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.